Morning, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here with the Ruttenberg Library. Want to come to you this morning with a mail haul. I was pretty excited. A couple weeks back, Casemate Publishers had contacted me and asked me if I would be interested in reading and reviewing a couple of different books. And I said, yes, by all means. And so I was pretty excited, just for the simple fact that a publisher had contacted me. This is the first time that's ever happened. And so, yeah, it's just kind of exciting to see the channel kind of take off in that direction. And anyway, like I said, Casemate contacted me and they sent a couple of books in the mail, and I received those on Friday. And so I wanted to share those with you. I'm pretty excited about them. So the first book that they sent me is Direct Legacy by James, and I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but Stejskal, probably not a good start to our little video here. Stejskal? And I'm probably mispronouncing that. I do apologize to the author on that. I'll have to figure out how to say that right in future videos when I, read and review this for the channel. But this is from the Snake Eater Chronicles series, and I believe it's book 3 in the series. So I know one thing I'll have to do is, once I get into it, if I really like it, I'm going to have to try to find the first 2 books in the series, because if you follow my channel, you know how I am about that. I like to read them all in a row in a series. But this is Direct Legacy, and it just came out, like I said, from Casemate. Came out in 2022. I was seeing if there was a month. I can't remember what month. I think it was in the email. But anyway, brand new book out. So it is The Height of the Troubles in Northern Ireland Lies Under a Shadow. Alarm bells ring out when the U.S. government learns that a rogue Green Beret soldier has been recruited by the Irish Republican Army to help prepare a terrorist attack. Neil Fitzpatrick, the American son of an Irish rebel forced to flee his birthplace, is a Special Forces demolitions expert who knows his trade and has a personal agenda. The American public cannot find out that one of its elite soldiers is involved in terrorism, and the U.S. government cannot rely on the British to find him. They need someone who knows Fitzpatrick and how he operates. Who better than one of his former teammates? Special Forces operative Paul Stavros knows little of the Irish troubles. What he does know is how to fix problems, and Neil has just become the biggest headache. But before Stavros can go operational, he must endure an arduous and hazardous selection process to be accepted by the joint SAS intelligence cell that will back him up. The British aren't happy with Stavros on their turf. They'd rather do the job themselves, quickly, cleanly, and fatally. Fitzpatrick and Stavros were once comrades and friends. Now they are pawns on opposite sides of an ugly war, where all is fair and no one is innocent. The British want to kill one, the IRA wants to kill the other. It's a race to see who will complete their mission before they are caught. So that sounds like a pretty good thriller. And this comes from, James. After 35 years of service with the U.S. Army Special Forces and the Central Intelligence Agency, James Stejskal is a uniquely qualified historian and novelist. He is the author of the definitive history, Special Forces Berlin, Clandestine Cold War Operations of the U.S. Army's Elite, 1956 to 1990, and Masters of Mayhem, Lawrence of Arabia and the British Military Mission to the Hijaz. This is his 3rd novel. Okay, and so there's a picture of our author, picture of the other 2 books in the series. And so I'm excited to dip into that and hoping I'm going to enjoy this. Sounds like it'll be pretty exciting. And then the second book that Casemate sent me, and this is probably the one, because I'm a nonfiction guy, so and I like older history, like older historical periods, and so this one really caught my eye. Out of the options he gave me, this is Pirate Queens: The Lives of The Lives of Anne Bonny and Mary Read by Rebecca Alexandra Simon. And so here's the cover of that. I'm kind of keeping that covered because it's a little bit saucy. So I won't put that one too close. But I have already dipped into this. I read the introduction and the prologue to this, and I really like where this author is going with this. It's kind of a tough subject just because the sourcing for this era for women in piracy is very little. And so she's having to put together a history with probably not enough sources, and so there's a lot of conjecture, a lot of speculation that gets put into this, and she admittedly says this in her introduction that the sourcing is not great, but it's a story that needs to be told, and she does say that in the text itself, as she narrates the story, she does she's pretty forthwith about when she is speculating and when she's not. So that's good, and so I just thought this would be really interesting. It's a pretty short one. It's only 181 pages, and I think the actual text was 100 and, well, not even, because that's appendix. So if we go back to the actual text, it's only 139 pages long. So this is not going to take me long at all. I will knock this out this week. That's the plan anyway. I kind of moved it to the front of the stack since they would like a review of this, and so I was very happy to get this. Let me read the inside cover to you so you kind of have an idea about what's going on. It says, between August and October of 1720, two female pirates named Annie Bonny and Mary Read terrorized the Caribbean in and around Jamaica. Despite their short career, they became two of the most notorious pirates during the height of the 18th century, the golden age of piracy. In a world dominated by men, they became infamous for their bravery, cruelty, and unwavering determination to escape the social constraints placed on women during that time. Despite their infamy, mystery shrouds their lives before they became pirates. Their biographies were recorded in Captain Charles Johnson's 1724 book, A General History of the Pirates, depicting the two women as illegitimate women raised by men who, against insurmountable odds, crossed paths in Nassau and became pirates together. But how much is fact versus fiction? This first full-length biography about Annie Bonny and Mary Read explores their intriguing backgrounds while examining the social context of women in their lifetime and their legacy in popular culture that exists to the present day. Using a general history of the pirates, early modern legal documents relating to women, and the recorded public trial of Jack Rackham and other pirates, newspapers, and new uncovered research, this book unravels the mysteries and legends surrounding their lives. And so I always like these books when you're reading about a certain period, but then you get the women's history, which historically has not been covered nearly as well as it should have been. So I'm excited to pick this up and read this. It should be pretty good. Rebecca Simon is a world-leading expert about pirates, their lives, and their roles in colonies and communities. She earned her PhD at King's College London, where she wrote a thesis about public executions of pirates and the struggle of British supremacy in the 17th and 18th century Atlantic world. Her work has appeared in the Journal of Maritime History, History Today, and BBC History Revealed. Her first book, Why We Love Pirates, The Hunt for Captain Kidd and How He Changed Piracy Forever, was published in 2020. Rebecca is a sought-after expert and has been interviewed for television programmers for the BBC, History Channel, Netflix, and on podcasts such as History Extra, History Hit, You're Dead to Me. Rebecca currently writes and teaches in Los Angeles, and so pretty excited about this. This is from the Pen and Sword publishers, and again, 2022. Thank you to Casemate, appreciate you sending the books, and I look forward to reading them and then getting back to you, BookTube, and letting you know how they are. So thank you for watching. Hope everyone's having a great weekend and enjoying the weather as it cools down a bit. And so until next time, happy reading.